Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. Where is your thing? Is that it? Yep. It's got a website, llewellyn.com, here at the bottom. There is a companion book with this version by Barbara Moore. Even though I don't use it in case that's something you look for in a deck or if that's something you enjoy, want, whatever. That version includes it. Actually, I think this one has a book too. Now I'm curious. Yeah, this one does too. This one is You Are Clairvoyant Oracle Cards by Belinda Grace. Illustrations by Elaine Marzin. Website for them, rockpoolpublishing.com.au. A as in apple, use an umbrella. Enjoy that information if you wish. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, what do we have for Cancer? Like when I was shuffling, I kept getting the thought of kickback, like a kickback. Like, is that good or bad? Because like there's two different versions of kickback. Like getting some money back, that can be good, but also like something gets kind of jammed and then it kicks back, like something kicks back off of like a piece of farm machinery. That doesn't sound so good. Like I just seem to remember that from when I was younger. My father had a farm, not very long, but he had one. And I remember something about a kickback. You had to be careful with kickbacks. So I don't know. So I'm like, is this kickback good or not good for you? Like, are we going? Do we like it? Do we not like it? We gotta get a little deeper, I guess. Okay, you're okay. Let me just start off that. You're okay. Somebody's getting their just desserts. Like this is coming in really heavy. I don't see you I'm noticing you have the Ace of Cups, so I feel like you might be looking at this like, yeah, somebody got what they deserved. Because justice and judgment came out together. Like this is, whether people like it or not, this is justice and judgment is following right after it. Like, it's kind of like drunk driving. You know you're not supposed to be doing it, you get caught. I don't really think most people feel bad about that if you get caught. Like, you know you're not supposed to do it. Like, you know you're not supposed to do it, so what are you doing it for? So that's I feel like it's cut and dry like that. Like, you know you're not supposed to do it. You know why you're not supposed to do it. So if you get in trouble, can't feel bad for you. Like, because I'm seeing, again, you're looking at this like, whatever's happening, hey, you knew you weren't supposed to do that. I feel like that's how you're looking at this. Like, hey, you knew you weren't supposed to do that. So you did what you did. You're getting what you get. There's a lot behind this, though. Because what I'm getting here, whatever's happening, there's a whole, like, this one thing is unloading, like, it's unearthing a whole line of problems. It's almost like somebody gets pulled over for drunk driving, gets in trouble for that, but then their car gets impounded and then they get caught with a lot of illegal things that they shouldn't have had anyway. So it's like, it's a snowball effect. It's kind of like, oh, it's like there's a lot. When I'm getting the Queen of Pentacles in this situation, it's in the environment, there's a lot. Like, the first part is kind of like, okay, well, obviously that was wrong. You knew that was wrong. Justice has been served. Nope, there's more. That first, whatever the first door is, like the first door opened and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, this goes to a mansion? Wait, what's going on here? How much is here? What? Like, it's like that. It just keeps, it's deep. It's really deep, and I'm feeling when you notice it, see, at first you think it's just quick. At first blush you're thinking, oh, okay, justice was served, and now we'll correct that and move on with our lives. And you're like, okay, like, now you have to pay for that. Now correction will happen. Now we'll go better from here. These are the cards that aren't working. Because it seems like, oh, yeah, okay, we addressed it. We're fixing it. It seems very difficult for them, but hey, it needed to be corrected. You're not realizing the Ten of Swords is there, but you don't know it. You don't know it at first. Because this person is devastated because everything is falling down on them. Do they got the tower here? No, there's no tower, but, not for nothing. The Ten of Swords being backed up by the Three of Swords, I think I'd rather have the tower. Because the tower falls down and you can pick the stuff up after it. The tower is a shock, and then it's over. It's like, but this is just kind of like, this is like a cancer diagnosis. It's kind of like, oh my God. It's like, it's bad enough knowing, and then you go through, usually, a lot of times you go through a surgery, then you got to go through treatment, and then you have to make sure the treatment worked. It's less, it feels like that. That's how this feels to me. The difference with like the tower card would be like, you break a bone, and then which is horrible, but then you set the bone, you wait 6 weeks, and you move on with your life. It wasn't fun, but you could go on with your life. You just had to wait for it to heal. That's the difference, and that's why I'm thinking this one feels worse. Whatever this is, I feel like you're looking at this and you're like, I didn't realize, like, and I'm looking back like, I should have seen that. I feel like that's how you're looking at this, like, I guess I should have seen that. Like, it was there the whole time. I just didn't realize that's what was going on. I mean, I didn't think it was my business, so I didn't want to get involved with it, but I had no idea that's what was going on. I had no idea there's all this, so much more going on here. This is something where I feel like this situation definitely needs to be healed. Like, and this is like, there's no avoiding it at this point. It's just kind of like you hit a certain level, you get called out, and it's kind of like everything's going to be fixed. It's like realizing the foundation is wrong. It's kind of like you have a nice house, but then you realize the foundation is messed up, and you're like, well, we got to fix it, because if the foundation fails, everything it's sitting on is in jeopardy. So, like, if you have a house on a cliff and that cliff goes, you can't salvage the house if it goes down. Like, if the cliff goes away, whew, there goes your house too. So that's kind of how we're looking at it. Like, we're realizing the cliff is giving way, so we have to support that, fix that, or abandon the house. I don't think we're abandoning the house in this one, but it's kind of like, yeah, it's either fix the problem or say goodbye to everything that the cliff was holding up. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on. It's the Seven of Cups, but I feel like in this reading it's saying there's so much more you don't realize is going on here. There's so much more in the ether. There's so much more that could have gone wrong. It may seem like this is a horrible thing, but this is stopping the situation from progressing. It got bad to a point where it was already out of control. I feel like it was already out of control. But the good thing is, it's stopping it from getting any worse. It can't progress any farther because it's not going to be allowed to. Judgment coming in very hard. And hopefully that's what helps with this situation, because I feel like this is heavy for you. It's hard to look at. It's hard to feel okay with at first, because I feel like you're thinking about it a lot. Like, wow, I didn't realize that's what was going on here. I didn't realize that was going to... Like, I knew that they did some things wrong. I didn't know it was that deep. I didn't know. And when I'm getting... the Three of Pentacles with the health, I feel like this is your chance to actually help. And I feel like you will. I feel like you also have to step back every now and then and think, I want to make sure I'm helping in an effective way. I don't want to enable somebody to return or continue bad behaviors. I don't want to enable somebody to... I don't want to make this worse. I think that's the short answer. And I have to think about what I'm doing, and I have to think about how I'm helping. I have to make sure this person does their own work. I don't mind helping, but I got to make sure I don't get involved in a way that's cheating this person out of learning their lesson, because they need to learn their lesson. That's what I'm getting from it anyway. They need to learn their lesson. And I feel like you're feeling that, kind of like, yeah, they need to learn their lesson. I just feel like, because I'm getting the Three of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, like, I have to keep thinking about it. I have to be like, well, what do I want to do? I got to make sure that they do enough. Especially Cancer cares for people. But it's kind of like, I don't want to care for this so much that they don't learn their lesson. But it's hard for me to watch. And I want to clean it up and move on from it, but I'm like, I just can't I just can't clean too much. I have to be careful not to clean up too much for them. I gotta make sure that they clean up their mess. I gotta let them clean up their mess because they created it, and I gotta make sure that they stay involved with cleaning up their mess. Like I gotta be careful not to do too much. I think that's it. I do think that's what it is because you have a lot of stress with that. Because it's kind of like I have the urge just to like try to do as much as I can and just to try to clean it up as fast as I can so we can move on from it. But the other side of my brain is going, no, I gotta let them clean it up. They need to clean this up. Because if they don't clean it up, it's not going to improve. I also feel like they can't really get away with not cleaning it up themselves. But I'm also like, I don't want to be too... This may sound weird. We don't want to be too forgiving, but we do want to be forgiving. Like, we don't want to let them think, oh, I don't care, it's fine, and move on from it. We don't want to, like, let it just slide by like that. But we don't want to, like, hold somebody down and make somebody feel like they can never do right again. So there's, like, this weird balance, kind of like, you know, we kind of want to give that energy, kind of like, I see you're doing better, and, you know, keep doing better. Like, you know, I don't think that was right, but, you know, I see you improving. I'm hoping you don't do that again. It's like, I don't want to, like, let them off the hook, but I don't want to make them feel like they can't make it better. Kind of like I want to give them encouragement, like, yeah, I think you're doing better, but I also don't want to act like, you know, bygones are bygones. I want to be kind of like, yeah, you know, you're doing better. That wasn't good, but you're making improvement. I'm keeping my eye on you still. I'm hoping things keep going better. Like, we don't want to give them the false sense of, like, I don't care energy. Like, oh yeah, you did what you did. Who cares? So there's a weird balance with that. Like, we want to be forgiving, but not overly forgiving. We want to give forgiveness in its time so that they keep moving forward. We want to make sure they keep progressing and improving. I keep getting that too. So it's like slowly giving encouragement, kind of like, yeah, that was bad. Well, you've gotten a little better. Keep working at it. Yeah, you're getting better. Actually, you're doing even better than last week. I'm kind of happy with that, but you got a lot farther to go. I just keep getting... I hope I'm saying it right. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Like, we want to encourage them but not hold them down. Yet we don't want to... Yeah, you know, we want to be realistic. Like, you know... We don't want to make light of the situation, but we don't want to hold them down. I feel like you'll figure it out as you keep going. Especially if this reading hits, you'll figure out, like, I think you might have to work on the balance. It's going to depend on the person you're dealing with. Because you want to kind of keep encouraging them to keep doing better, but not feel like they hit a plateau. You don't want them to plateau. I think that's what we're looking at. Like, you know, you're doing better, keep going. That type of energy. So, I don't know, it's a funny mix. Alright, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.